Hey, y'all. So, are you in a space today where you are tired of being blue in the face, telling the people that you are in relationship with or doing life with, the ways that they're hurting you and the same things over and over again about the pain that you're experiencing because of their behaviors? Are you tired of researching over and over again? Why are they like this? Why do they do the things they do? Although intellectualizing is very helpful, for you to understand what actually is happening, are you tired of researching more about them than you actually know about yourself? Are you in a space where you're just sick of the voices in your head telling you that you just need to understand their pain more and you need to just push your pain down and not continue to live in that space of pain in yourself, and you need to be a people pleaser and worry more about other people because if other people are okay, then you're okay? Well, I want to tell you that though I've been there and understand it, and really can resonate with all of those things because I've done them so many times. I want today to be your last day that you're doing that. And the reason that I say that is because if their own pain, if the pain that they're experiencing on the inside, which is what they're experiencing, whether they're narcissistic or they're an addict or they're just a poor relationship partner or whatever it is, it's because of the pain that they've gone through and the pain that they're experiencing on the inside. And I'm not using that as an excuse, but if their pain won't be the catalyst for their change, what makes you think that yours will? Do you really think that sharing your copious amounts of conversation with them about the pain that you're enduring because of their behavior is going to be what changes them when they're actually feeling their own pain? In fact, I would also argue that you sharing your pain with them may give them what they need, especially if you're dealing with a narcissistic person who wants power, control, admiration, and adoration. If those are their goals, then causing some sort of pain to you is exactly what they want to be happening. So you're on this hamster wheel, exhausting yourself, trying to get somebody to see you and understand what you're feeling, but they know. And if their own pain won't stop them from putting you through pain, if their own pain doesn't make them want to change and shift the way that they are, then you sharing what they're doing to you isn't going to do that either. They know the pain that they're experiencing and they aren't shifting. They know that the pain that they're experiencing is causing other people pain and they aren't shifting. And until they get to a space where that pain makes them say, I'm not willing to put myself through this anymore, and I'm also not willing to make other people endure this anymore, they're not going to change. It's hard to change. When you think about yourself changing, just the smallest thing, getting up a little bit earlier in the morning or doing a new workout routine or changing your eating habits, that change is really hard. And those are small things compared to making someone else's life a living hell because of your experiences. And yet it's still really difficult for people who are self-aware to change the things that are making them experience life the way that they're experiencing it. So for someone who's not very self-aware, they know the pain that they're in. They're not going to change because of you. They're not going to change because of any conversation you have. No light bulbs are going to go off to make them do something different. They know the pain that they're experiencing, and that pain is not causing them to shift. And if that level of pain isn't causing them to shift, then your pain isn't going to either. And explaining yourself won't shift them, especially if they're benefiting from it. If they're benefiting from the way that they're making you feel, if they feel more in control, if they feel safer when you feel like you're indebted to them, then they're going to keep on doing that thing, even if they know that it's not the right thing to do to someone because it's getting them the end result that they want. So, what can you do about it? Well, one of the major things that I had to understand is that sometimes being self focused feels selfish, but it's the thing that you have to do for the betterment of everybody in the situation. So focus on what you need to do to eliminate their pain. And what I mean by that is not change them, not focus on ridding the pain for them, but what do you need to do for you to eliminate their pain's ability to cause pain for you? Sometimes that means it's time to leave. Sometimes it means it's time to stop talking and just say, I'm setting a boundary around this situation and you will no longer have this control and power over me. Sometimes it means completely blocking that person, going gray rock, and making yourself a ghost to them in this situation. Whatever that requires from you, instead of thinking in terms of how can I get rid of this pain for them, you have to think in terms of how can I get rid of the effects that this pain is having on me. And whatever that answer is what you need to do right now. And what I can tell you is, in my experience, the two things that are true about getting rid of someone overflowing their pain onto you and making your life a living hell are blocking, deleting them, and getting rid of them in your life, or setting a strong boundary, no line drawn in the sand, a boundary of concrete that says you are not going to get over here and cause my life to be more painful because of your pain. You are not going to continue to allow your pain to make my life hell, because I'm going to not allow your pain to make my life hell. And so instead of waiting for someone else to determine that they're going to change because you're special enough for them to do so, or you mean enough for them to do so, you have to decide that you're going to change because you mean enough to yourself to do so. And so if you focus on someone who refuses to change continuously, then that just means that you refuse to change too. If you want your situation to change and all you're doing is focusing on that person who has heard you plead and beg to change, for them to change, and they have refused to do so continuously, whether their words say it or not, their actions are continuously the same, then if you're on that hamster wheel with them and you're going to continue to plead and beg because that's what you've been doing and nothing has happened, then what you're doing in that space is continuing to change yourself. And that was a hard thing for me. I've shared this with you before, but when my therapist said to me in one of our therapy sessions, I said something like, I don't understand how someone can be so particular and just find something wrong with everything. She said, well, is that the right question to ask yourself? And I was like, well, I don't know. I feel like it is. And she was like, no, the question to ask yourself now is, now that you know that, now that you know this person is that particular and they find something wrong with everything, then why are you willing to continue to be in relationship with that person when it's making your life miserable? And what she was saying to me right then was, he's not going to change the way that he is. Your life is going to continue to be exactly the way that it is if you don't decide to make a change in your circumstances, your atmosphere, or whatever it is that's causing you to be in this situation. So I had to change it. I had to say, I'm no longer willing to do this because your need to find something wrong with everything is wreaking havoc on my life because that's not who I am as a person. And so then I left the situation. But those words always resonated with me. If you can't change the situation, if you can't put a boundary around it and make it better, then the only thing left for you to do is change your accessibility to the people who are in those spaces, places, and with those faces, because otherwise you're going to continue to endure something that you no longer want to be a part of. If you find yourself in that space today, I would encourage you to find someone that you can share this video with and say, this is exactly how I feel. Don't let it be the someone that you've gone blue in the face trying to change their perspective and mind, but a friend, someone that you can go through this journey with so that they understand how you feel, and have them help you and walk alongside with you on this journey to saying, I'm setting boundaries and I'm letting go of people who refuse to make the changes in their life that would allow our life to be peaceful. If this video resonated with you and you think it would resonate with someone else, please share, like, and subscribe to this channel. Share the videos that you think would be impactful to them, because as I always say, knowledge gained and kept to yourself is selfish, but knowledge gained and shared with other people is the way that we break everyone out of this bondage, not just yourself, but everyone. So we need to share this information just like we would share a good book or a movie recommendation. And also, if you want more content, go to my social media pages, follow me on there. And if you want to reach out to me directly to get some more unique advice to your situation, I will gladly help you with that as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. And you can do this. I know that it's hard, but you can do this because I've done it. I know from experience, several people who've done it. It just takes a little bit of rewiring of the brain to say, I'm no longer willing to accept this in my life. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.